If you're a music producer and you want to DIY record some incredible vocals, what if I told you that there was a way to do it using just your iPhone? You're probably like, Kirk, how can I even do this? I'm gonna actually record a vocal on my iPhone and show you that it can actually be done. Super high quality gear. You gotta just figure out how to make it happen. All right, so I have this track that I made with a bunch of loops here, and I've kind of got this really cool like vocal that I recorded, and this is what it sounds like. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. So it's kind of a cool thing. And then what I'm going to do is actually re-record these vocals, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to try to make them sound like the same. So I'm going to use my iPhone. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is first have your beat track inside of a DAW, whether it's GarageBand, BandLab, whatever you use. I'm using Logic here, and you're going to want to make sure that you have like a beat or something you're going to record to, and you need headphones. Make sure you get headphones. The way that I'm going to do this is actually I'm going to use the iPhone microphone. And what we're going to do is type in audio quality. That's what we want. We want audio quality. Let's just type it in, audio quality. And then what you want to do is when you get to audio quality here, it'll be set to compressed, and you want to change it to lossless, so that you're going to get the highest quality recording from your phone. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is open up the Voice Memos app, and we're going to use Voice Memos to do this. We want to make sure that we're staying on beat, and that's the reason why you need headphones. So what I'm going to do is turn the metronome on. We already set it to lossless, so we get a really clean file. So now what I'm going to do is go into Logic, and I'm going to loop the section that I want to record. Now here's an important thing, like the phone's gonna kind of pick up everything, so we need to make sure that it is sort of sheltered. I have this jacket, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of cover myself with this jacket and play the song on the screen so that I can record the loop here. In order to make this sync, you just gotta make sure you hear this. So what I'm gonna do is play the beat for a little bit, and then I'm gonna sync it. I'm gonna make sure there's audio there. So you can hear that. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord in the fam. There. If you don't have a super treated space or like super high quality gear, you got to just figure out how to make it happen. And this is one of the ways you can make it happen. So now I'm going to copy, I'm going to share my, my voice recording that I did with Voice Memos with myself here on my Mac. So I'm just going to airdrop it to myself. That's the best way to do it so that your quality doesn't get lost. And I'm going to bring it in on this new track. And then what I'm going to do is make sure I line it up right. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. Okay, cool. So now we have kind of like an idea of where it's going to go. And we're going to make sure that we can line it up. Luckily, I have another vocal in here to line it up with. But if you don't, you'll just probably have to give yourself like a little bit more of the beat ahead of time. But you kind of, if you're recording your own vocals, you know where they're supposed to sit. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord in the fam. Okay, so now, how do you get this vocal to sound really good? Now we got the vocal recording in here. I'm going to do a couple of things where I throw on an EQ like we always do. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. There's a lot of this. I'm a mob with the Lord in the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. And I'm gonna bump the top. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. This is Pro Q. You can do the same thing minus this little multi-band thing with, with Logic stock plugins or. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord in the fam. I'm also going to grab, like, there's like a little weirdness here. The fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Kind of like that. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. I'm going to bump the top up. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. Because I like my vocals nice and bright, so I'm also going to add maybe an exciter on here. Now, I'm trying to do this in a way where it's like super duper easy for people to do. So I'm going to grab the exciter from Logic, and we're going to add some more. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Okay, now the one thing that you really need in your vocals and stuff like that is some compression. So the next thing we're gonna add is a compressor. Now I usually will use a UAD compressor, but because we're doing a video that's not like super, like you're probably using your phone, you probably don't have UAD stuff. I'm just gonna use a regular compressor here. So let's go ahead and grab this, and it's wrapped. So I'm gonna use the Studio FET compressor, turn off the auto gain, turn off the auto attack and release. I'm going like this. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. Okay, so next, Control X brings up this window here, which is strip silence. So I'm gonna strip the silence, and then I'm gonna select them all, and I'm gonna go here to the region menu, fade, fade, everything's faded. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord. I need to get this to sound a little bit better. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I do a ton of content just like this, and I will be doing a ton of different content as well to help producers in their journey as a music producer, rappers and stuff like that, working with people. I've got some cool things in the pipe work. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing and hit that like button so the algorithm knows that this is good for people like us. Let's get back into the video. Logic's multipressor is really good. Left the spot with... I'm gonna pull down the top. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. And then I'm gonna compress the mids a bit. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Compress the bottom a bit. Now we robbing hell. Don't want too much bootiness. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Do a little bit more compression on this guy. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. Notice how what I did just now controls it a little bit more. Left the spot with the sword in my hand. I'm a mob with the Lord and the fam. Lucy fell, now we robbing hell. So can you get a really good recording just using your iPhone? Absolutely, you can get a good recording just using your iPhone. You just saw me do it there, and it takes a little bit of mixing to get it to sound right. Now, I did it quick and dirty, real quick, just throwing my jacket over my head to record it. Now, you can get like different microphones to put into there if you want to get like a little bit of a better sound. But to be honest, you could do it straight with the mic on your phone. So try this out. Let me know in the comments if it actually works for you, if you're able to get good recordings with it. And if you find a different way to actually do this in a better way, let us know in the comments below. And also to check out the videos that YouTube is actually recommending to y'all. Let me know if they nailed it. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.